All right, it is 6 o'clock, we're good to go. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and then the board mission statement.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Sir.
Board mission statement. Through high expectation and equitable opportunity, TMISD will focus on the whole child by providing a safe environment and high-quality curriculum with diverse and enriching experiences.
Thank you, sir. Public speaking? Yes. No? All right. So the recognitions, we postponed those today. They're going to be rescheduled due to the weather. First action item here we had is discuss and consider approval of the TEA TEAC certification for the 2026-2027 school year.
Mr. President, members of the board, first off, Mr. Rouse, thank you for allowing the board to have our meeting here tonight. Appreciate it. This is an annual compliance issue that's required by the Texas Education Agency. Dr. Shawn will be.
Good afternoon, President Ayaga and members of the school board. As Mr. Van Matry stated, this is an annual requirement that we have to do yearly, and the actual TEAC certification form was in your packet. So as you go through your packet, what we have done is identified the high-quality instructional materials that we're using for the core sections, which is reading, math, science, and social studies. In addition to that, we also have to include any other type of supplemental instructional materials. So we've included like IXL, for example, that we're using K-12. So anything that's supplemental, we just have to document it in our TEAC certification form. So from here, what we'll do, we will hopefully get board approved. And so what I'll do is I'll submit it to TEA. And then from that process, I'll have to go in and complete a Qualtrics survey. And so it needs Mr. Van Matry's approval as well as the school board approval, but this is just an annual requirement. We do this every year, and this is for next school year. Another reason for submitting the TEAC certification form is this will allow us in May, when the window does open up again, because it's shut down for a month, it will allow us to go into the system and order additional materials that we need for next school year. We've already purchased the Blue Bonnet material, which is the Texas state approved curriculum. So that we already have in the system. This would be for any additional instructional materials for health, for science, for social studies. That will be, we'll be able to do that in May. Okay. And so I just need your approval so that we can submit this to TEA.
It also allows us to, with IMA, there's allocated funds that come to the district. This process helps the district to draw down those funds.
All right, any questions, comments?
Mr. President, members of the board, it's the administration's recommendation that the Board of Trustees ratify the instructional materials TEAC 2026-2027 as presented.
Motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Jim makes the motion, we have a second. Ariaga votes yes. Leo Gonzalez,
How about yes?
Rich Chapa,
Yes.
Brian Boone,
Yes.
Kim Boone,
Yes.
Lonnie Jimenez is absent. All right, vote carries 5-0. All right, our next item here is discuss and consider approval of out-of-state field trip request for the Business Professionals of America students to attend National Leadership Conference in Nashville, Tennessee, May 6th through 10th, 2026.
Mr. President, members of the board, Mr. Galvan was here, but he went to go vote. So Mr. Alvarado is pinch hitting for him.
Yes, so we have one student who qualified for nationals. Last year, he was able to go as well.
He finished in the top 8 in the nation. He's looking to go back to try and get that level. So we asked your permission for him to go.
Any comment, question? All right, who's the kid? It's, yeah, it's up here. What's the name? So, just curious.
Who's the student?
Stephen Flores,
Stephen.
one of our band members as well.
He's in the band, right? Nice. All right,
Mr. President, members of the board, it is the administration's recommendation that the board approve the out-of-state field trip request for the Business Professionals of America student to attend the National Leadership Conference in Nashville, Tennessee, May 6th through 10th, 2026, as presented.
all right, do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion that we approve the out-of-state field trip for the BPA National Leadership Conference in Nashville, Tennessee.
All right, Chapa second. Ariaga votes yes. Leo Gonzalez? I vote yes. Rick Chapa?
Yes.
Brian Boone?
Yes.
Kim Boone?
Yes.
A lot of unanimous absent. Motion carries 5-0. All right, the next one. Discuss and consider approval of the out-of-state field trip request for the TMHS Speech and Debate students to compete in the National Speech and Debate Tournament in Richmond, Virginia, June 13th through 20th, 2026.
Mr. President, members of the board, right on cue, Ms. Escabel and her scholars are here to make a presentation and a request.
Hello, those of you who don't know, I am Lynn Esquivel, and these are my speech and debate students, Caitlin Benavides, Carson Boone, and David McDowell. This year we've had a really great year. Our team has more than doubled. We doubled our qualifications to state, brought home a sweepstakes trophy from state this year as a team, also brought home a state championship. And so now we are qualifying for nationals. And in this, we are here to ask that you guys help fund it. First of all, because I knew that funding was a little bit more decreased this year for nationals, I made higher expectations for the trip this year. So not only did they have to qualify to the national tournament, but I also told them that they had to be top 6 in the state or close enough that if the students above them were choosing a different event, because you can only take one event to nationals, and it put them in the top 6 position, then they can go to nationals. Otherwise, they couldn't, just because I want to make sure that we're taking the highest achieving students and the best of the best to have a chance at nationals. So going to the national tournament not only would be an honor, but it would be a great experience for the kids. And it would be a chance to showcase Toloso Midway School and the community on a national stage if we get to finals. It also has scholarship opportunities for these students. So we're hoping you guys can help us fund either maybe the flights or the hotels or both. Initially in your paperwork, there were 6 students. But this week with the last qualifying tournament, because we have Regional 1 Act and we have regional academics, they're unable to do the last qualifying tournament, so it's now only these 3 that are here. So that would reduce the flight cost, the fees, and the meals. So we thank you guys for your support, and we're hoping you can help us in any way possible with the funding for this trip.
So, Ms. Escabel, tonight's action is to give approval. What we will do is Mr. Carroll and myself and you will put our heads together, and we're really proud of you and our kids, and we'll find a way to make things right. Is that a fair deal?
Yes, it's a fair deal, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay.
Any other questions, comments? Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
All right, so,
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, it is the administration's proud recommendation that the board approve the out-of-state field trip request for the Toloso Midway High School speech and debate students to compete at the National Speech and Debate Tournament in Richmond, Virginia, June 13th, 20th, 2026, as presented.
all right, we have a motion? I'll make a motion. Lisa makes the motion,
I'll second that.
Kim second. Ariaga votes yes. Leo Gonzalez? Yes. Rick Chapa?
Yes.
Brian Boone?
Yes.
Kim Boone,
Yes.
Claudia Jimenez absent. Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
All right, our next one here is presentation to the Los Midway Band Program.
Mr. President, members of the board, we had hoped to have enough people here that we could showcase Mr. Morales and his program, and also show that the band hall, we're outgrowing. But unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate with us, so Mr. Morales, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for affording me this opportunity. I appreciate the opportunity to present what I call the state of the band programs here at Tuloso Midway ISD. I first joined TMISD 10 years ago. 7 years ago, I was fortunate enough to have been named the head high school band director. In that capacity, I was asked to oversee all aspects of the instrumental music programs in our district. This includes the high school marching band, along with all concert ensembles, mariachi and jazz ensembles at both the middle school and the high school. When I became the head band director here at the high school, our high school enrollment was approximately 100 members. Our main issue at the time was that we were not transitioning our 8th graders into the high school band. I developed a plan along with the other band directors in which all our district band staff would teach with a calculated vertical aligned master schedule. The rationale behind this was that each band director, based on their specialty instruments, would teach that section from 6th to 12th grade, with additionally any other skill sets that they have, whether it be jazz, mariachi, color guard, so we can squeeze as much out of them as possible. This would allow us to develop positive relationships with the students. We taught and know exactly where they were developmentally as we transition them to 7th, 8th, and eventually into the high school band program. We found that both students and parents developed a level of trust with the band staff, which allowed our 8th grade students to continue in band at the high school. This system has allowed us to increase the high school band enrollment to approximately 180 this school year. The middle school program has an enrollment of approximately 360 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. Our enrollment projections for next year's high school band is between 205 and 220. This will be based off of any double blocking that the students in the freshman class would have, whether it be English or other courses. That always becomes an issue because they have to choose based on the number of available classes they have. We are also currently working on a plan on how we will teach all our musicians across 3 campuses once the junior high is completed. Within these numbers, we have also increased the student participation in both high school and middle school mariachi and jazz programs. We anticipate the high school mariachi ensemble of 45 members and 30 in the high school jazz band next year. We anticipate similar numbers in the middle school mariachi program and an increased enrollment with the middle school jazz band, which began this school year. So we're very fortunate to be able to incorporate into the master schedule a middle school jazz band. I'm often asked by area band directors, especially after COVID, there's a lot of band programs that have not recovered and maintained their enrollment. They ask me, what's your secret? And I simply reply, the secret is our band staff. They give everything they have on a daily basis to ensure that every student musician is afforded the best learning and performance opportunities. I have also been asked, so is all those numbers that you have quantity over quality? And the answer to that question is both. It's quality and quantity because of the quality teaching that we're able to deliver to our kids. Please allow me to share some of the recent accomplishments of our band program. At the high school, this year, the marching band advanced to area finals, which is the first time in school history that they've done that. Got them one step closer to the state marching contest. I believe it's been 42 years since Tuloso Midway has advanced to the state marching contest, and they got that much closer this year. So I know we're taking that momentum into next fall. We have 3 concert bands at our high school. A lot of the band programs here in our area, 4A, 5A, and 6A, do not have the enrollment to fully instrument 3 full concert bands. And it's really good for us to say that for the last 6 years, those 3 high school bands have received the UIL Sweepstakes Award with a straight first division. That's really, really great to see. Additionally, the wind ensemble here at the high school, the last three opportunities has advanced to the TMEA State Honor Band Contest. What that is a recorded audition. We submit 3 of our songs. It starts at the region level, goes to the area, and then in mid-July, right around the time when we start school, that's when the state competition of the TMA Honor Band happens. And we're hoping that this will be the 4th year that our wind ensemble advances to that recording audition. Our mariachi has advanced to the state mariachi contest the last 4 years, earning both individual and state section medals. The jazz band has placed at competitions in Kingsville and Houston in the last 3 years. So we're taking them out of our area. They got to go compete with the big schools. Our color guard was named regional champion at the Marching Auxiliaries competition this past March. And our middle school, all 3 concert bands, which again is really uncommon for bands in our area. Next year, we're sending 4 middle school bands to contest. We got those numbers and we're excited for that. All 3 concert bands have either been awarded the Sweepstakes Award or superior ratings for the past 6 years. Our middle school mariachi beginner and advanced groups have won first place, as well as individual section awards at competitions here in Robstown and in San Antonio. Jazz students, being the first year of its existence, had 10 students placed in the middle school region jazz band. That was the most out of any middle school bands in our region. We sent 10 students and all 10 students came back with a chair. That was really, really good to see for our kids. Accolades like these do not happen by accident. They are the product of great teaching, but more importantly, great support from our upper administration, our school board, campus administrators, the team community, but most importantly, our band parents. We have created an environment that allows for all students to belong and develop their musical talents. We continue to work side by side with both academic groups, athletic groups, to ensure that we are doing our part to develop the whole child. I appreciate y'all allowing me to.
So, Mr. Morales, we know that in Bond 26, which the citizens are currently looking at, the second largest allocation of funding after fixing stuff, maintenance, is a new band hall. Can you talk a little bit about, with the board, what the 23 bond did for the band program?
Yes, absolutely. What the 23 bond allowed was for us to upgrade our instrument inventory. Just to be, you're going to have a closed session, and this is not by design. It's just where we have our inventory that we need to discard at the end of the year. That is what our students were using to perform. And it was really hard for us to keep kids, hey, here's the instrument you're going to use, and it was from the 1960s, 1970s, really, really old. It was really hard for us to keep. So what we were able to do was upgrade our inventory to get new instruments in the majority of the kids' hands. Of course, the upper level instruments that are more on the professional side, we weren't able to get one of those into everyone's hands, but we did for at least our top 2 competing bands, which allows them to perform the more difficult literature that is prescribed by UIL. There's a certain list that we're supposed to play off of, and the majority of our bands are playing way above the UIL recommended levels. So, and we see right here, the majority of these instruments are new. These instruments, we got a couple of tubas here, recording equipment that we got right over here. And obviously in these back blockers, there's plenty of those there. And in my opinion, just having those instruments in the students' hands, it's brought new life to our program. The kids want to practice more. They're here after school. Sometimes it's, hey guys, I got to go home. And, that's their sign to pack up and go. But like I said, it has been a breath of fresh air and new life for kids in our program. That came from the 2023 budget.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Any questions?
Great job.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate everything y'all do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for all you do.
Presentation.
Yep, presentation only there. All right, the next one is discuss and consider approval of proposed library materials in compliance with Senate Bill 13.
Dr. Shaw?
Okay. Yes, back in the fall, we had our librarians come and present at a board meeting regarding Senate bill as it relates to the changes with our Texas Public School libraries. This particular report is tied to that. Moving forward from this point on, we are required annually to bring to the board a list of books that we are looking at purchasing for the next school year. So what you have in your board packet is 5 campuses, a list of the books that have been vetted by campus and district. One of the requirements that we had to do before we could even bring it to the board is we had to have posted the list on our website for 30 days. The reason for that is so that we could have, the public could have an opportunity to have input and provide feedback on the books that we were purchasing for this school year. So moving forward, this will be an annual requirement, and so tonight we're asking that the list of books that you have in your board packet, we're asking for approval to go ahead and purchase those books for the next school year.
A lot of books.
Yes.
I love that we still have libraries.
Any questions? Thank you.
Mr. President, members of the board, it is the administration's recommendation that the Board of Trustees approve the purchase of new library books as presented, following the completion of the required 30-day public posting period and community review process. We are required under Texas Education Code 31.1011 to annually certify that all students who have access to text-aligned instructional materials and are protected from harmful or obscene content in compliance with state and federal law. Approval of this certification allows the district to access our instructional materials allotment, including additional per-student funds, and begin ordering materials for the 2026-2027 school year, starting May 15th.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make that. I move that we approve the purchase of the new library books as presented.
Okay, second. All right, Ariaga votes yes, Leo Gonzalez, vote yes, Rick Chopper,
Yes.
Brian Wood,
Yes.
Kim Booth,
Yes.
and yes. Motion carries 5-1. All right, next on the action item here is discuss and consider approval of consent agenda informational items. First one we have is check payment register. Financials.
I have a couple of questions. Philip, I noticed that these are dated January 31st. Do we have anything more recent?
No, I'm trying to catch back up after the switch to Skyward.
Okay.
I'm trying to, hopefully, maybe next month I'll catch up and get February, March.
Also on the food service financials, we have a capital outlay of $2,500,000. Do we have a time frame as to when that's supposed to?
That contract actually just got signed last week.
Oh, okay.
Y'all approved the contract back in December, but I had to get everything approved from TDA, and that took 3 months to get them to approve everything. It was a very tenuous ordeal, but I finally got it, and the contract just got signed last month. I know Mr. Wilson was meeting with
I believe it starts tomorrow
with
at
Barcom
the
to
at the
start.
primary campus.
So yes, that's underway right now as we speak.
Well, they give you like a year or something, don't they?
We never spend it, but we put in a plan.
We awarded the contract, but it just took a while to get TDA to approve it. And Barcom's going to start work this week, I think.
Okay, thank you.
There was also a holdup with the slab for the refrigeration.
That was part of the approval.
they were very picky about, I had to basically send a novel to say why we wanted an extra, walk-in freezer. That it took a while, but they finally approved it.
Okay. Next one is the tax collection report. Declare surplus items. Enrollment report. Regular and special called board meeting minutes.
Mr. President, members of the board, it is the administration's recommendation that the board approve the consent agenda as presented.
Do you have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Mr. Chapa. Oriaga votes yes. Leo Gonzalez.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I flipped the page. Mr. Rick Chapa?
Yes.
Yes. Brian Boone?
Yes.
Kim Boone?
Yes.
Ronnie is absent. Motion carries 5. All right, so next item here is closed session. The board will convene in closed meeting as authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act to discuss items allowed by the Texas Government Code, Chapter 551.071, 076, 082, 0821, 083, 084. Discuss superintendent formative evaluation, discuss educator contracts, discuss administrative contracts, discuss employment of certified personnel, discuss employment of non-Chapter 21 contract personnel, discuss duties, responsibilities, reassignments, employment, termination, resignation of district employees. Anybody need a break? All right, we've got to go to another
Move
room.
on to another room,
Yes,
Chris.
sir. 626.
626.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll start, it's 7:53, reconvene from closed meetings.
Yes. Okay, Mr. President, members of the board, the administration recommends the board of trustees approve contracts as presented.
That was a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Yeah,
I'll second that.
second by Kim. Ariaga votes yes. Leo Gonzalez,
I vote yes.
Rick Chapa,
Yes.
Donald Booth absent, Kim Boone,
Yes.
Bobby Jimenez absent. All right, so that, all we have left now is the future meetings, which will be May 18th, 2026, regular board meeting. And we have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make that motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second by Mr. Chapa, Ariaga votes yes. Leo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Rick Chapa,
Yes.
Brian Boone absent, Kim Boone,
Yes.
and Marty absent. 4 of them. Thank you, everyone.